All right, when we return, we'll talk to Dave Mishkin and the Hall of Famer Phil Esposito. We'll get their thoughts on the game tonight and the series, getting you set. Game 1, Lightning and Panthers on Lightning Radio.
At PNC Bank, the official retail bank of the Tampa Bay Lightning, we've always taken a boring approach to handling your money. Not only is it smart, it's reliable. And why would we ever want to be unreliable with anyone's money? Some of those customers could be big, tough hockey players who gladly give up their teeth for a win. Oh, that's gonna hurt. But really, we just think boring is the smartest way to help ensure your money's there for exciting things in life. Like intentionally placing your body in front of a frozen rubber puck traveling at 100 miles per hour. PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member F.
The biggest names in the game.
Kucherov, score! The Lightning win it!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
The Stanley Cup playoffs on the Lightning Audio Network are presented by Advent Health.
Score! Kucherov! A brilliant goal!
It's time to be the Thunder.
Point, cuts in front, shoots, score! What a move! What a move! He wins it for the Lightning again!
Today's Stanley Cup playoff game, featuring your Tampa Bay Lightning, is presented by Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Spectrum, a connection built for everywhere. That's life unlimited. That's Spectrum. And by Advent Health, the official health and wellness partner of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Pasternak going in the left wing, angling in front, he holds, shoots, save on Zalewski, the Lightning win it!
We're moments away from puck drop as we get ready for Lightning to strike.
Place is loud, getting ready for Game 1 between the Lightning and Panthers. Greg Linnelli with you. Let's bring in the guys calling the game tonight. The radio voice of the Lightning, Dave Mishkin, and the Hall of Famer, Phil Esposito. Butterflies are, I think, here for everybody. Phil, you know that
obviously
better than anybody. We were talking before the game. These teams know each other very well, but it's going to come down perhaps to a couple of things that you brought up. Face-offs and special teams.
My feeling is face-offs are very important, and I mean, we're not a real great face-off team. And folks, when I say about face-offs, Sutterman is not going to win the draw constantly alone. He just isn't. That's a fallacy if people think that. It's his wingers, it's his defensemen in the defensive zone that jump in there and get the 50-50s. When you're listening to the radio with Dave, how many times does he say there's a 50-50? Oh, the Lightning get it. Okay, yep. That's a win for us. Or 50-50 and the other team gets it. That's a loss. And that's going to be, I think, a very important part of this series. I just feel that way, David. Do you agree or what?
Well, a face-off loss in the defensive zone could open the door for the other team to make a play. And the Panthers are capable of making that play. Yeah. I mean, they have good players, whether it's 5-on-5, them on the power play, 6-on-5, where the Lightning are trying to protect the lead.
Right.
So it's good that looks like Luke Glendening is going to be able to, well, he is in the lineup. So let's hope that he is able to be at his usual effective self, which is winning about 57% of his face-offs.
Right, and those are
because he's going to be taking a lot in those key spots against Barkov, who is their best face-off guy.
Without a doubt. And let's not forget, you win the face-off, you control the puck. You control the puck, you have possession. That means you've got more possession than the other team. And that plays a lot into the way the game is played today. Possession of the puck is very important the way the game is played today, simply. So you got to be careful in that. The other thing is, my feeling is, Lightning stay away from the stupid scrums, which, Marchand is going to do, and Bennett's going to do, and Kachuk is going to do. They're going to do that, or what's the number 77, the tall defenseman?
Mikkola.
Yeah, Mikkola. He's going to do it, too. Sometimes that guy aggravates me so much I forget his name, okay? Anyway, he's going to do it, too. And he does it after the whistle. They do it that way. And just to get a response. And I think you just turn around, skate away. Laugh at him. Yeah. Skate away. It's easier said than done, though. I got to tell you that. Very much easier said than done.
Well, it's interesting, Phil. The Lightning, a number of the players said it was important for them down the stretch to get home ice. Less actually about finishing first.
Yeah.
So they didn't finish
agree.
first, but they got home ice. It's the first time the Lightning have had home ice in a playoff series since they played the Canadiens in the 2021 Stanley Cup Final. So starting at home, I mean, you get the last change. I think the home team generally has maybe a little bit more pressure at the beginning of the series to try and hold serve and win those two. But, you know, the Lightning often have been starting on the road, and that's no picnic either. You know, the objective on the road is to try and get a split in the first two.
Exactly. That's all you try to do is split it and come home 1-1, and you end up really having home ice advantage then. So we'll see what happens tonight, but if I'm the player, I'd prefer to start at home, have that advantage if there's a seventh game.
Yeah.
It's at home, and you are more familiar with your home arena and the fans and everything else. It just helps. It does.
Andrei Vasilevsky in the net to our left in the first period. Lightning move left to right in their home blue jerseys, white numbers. Sergei Bobrovsky in the net to our right for the Panthers, who go right to left in the first in their road white uniforms, black numbers, red sleeves. And yes, Matthew Tkachuk is in the lineup tonight for the Panthers. His first game since the Four Nations face-off. So he missed the last 25 games of the regular season for Florida. This season of Lightning hockey is presented by Advent Health, the official health and wellness partner of the Lightning. Game one officials, Phil.
Well, the referees tonight, we have TJ Luxmore and not one of my favorites, Eric Furlad is here. And the linesmen are Libor Suchanek and Scott Cherry.
All right, we're going to keep it here. Let's listen in.
Please welcome the United States Central Command Honor Guard. And we're honored to be joined by a member of the greatest generation who enlisted in the Marines at 17 and fought as an infantryman with the 6th Marine Division in the invasion of Okinawa during World War II. In 1945, he's one of 4 brothers who served during the war and joins us tonight at 98 years young. Tampa Bay, please welcome and salute Corporal Neil McCullough. And now let's sing loud and proud with the voice of Bolts Nation, retired U.S. Air Force Technical Sergeant Sonia Bryson Kirksey, as she performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Game one, Lightning and Panthers. So right off the bat, Phil, very interesting. Lightning got to send out their lineup second.
Yeah.
Because the Panthers set their starting lineup first. I really expected they were going to have the Cirelli, Hagel against the line out against the Barkov line.
Right.
with McDonough and Chernak. Paul Maurice is starting the Barkov line. The Lightning are starting McDonough and Chernak, but they have Points line out there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to continue, but...
Yeah, but because that's the matchup that they have used all the time, the Panthers, against the point line.
Barkov is like their Cirelli, and Gustav Forsling is their McDonough.
Right, and
but
they're all on.
The Lightning are starting that matchup. So Point against Barkov at center ice.
Interesting.
We'll see if that continues, if they get Cirelli's line out after the first shift against Barkov's line. Barkov, Reinhart, and Verhaeghe. That's the Barkov line.
Okay, let's go, boys. Drop the puck.
Puck drop. We're underway. It's controlled by the Lightning. Kucherov for Gord at center ice. Backhands it to the Panthers' blue line. Forsling chops at it. Gord was ahead of the puck across the blue line as Chernak forced it in. So an early offside against the Lightning. 9 seconds played, no score.
Yeah, this face-off just right outside the Panther blue line.
Again, Barkov and Point. Point's tossed. So Barkov and Yanni Gord will take the face-off. Won by the Panthers. Forsling in the Florida end. Cranks it to the Lightning blue line. Chernak knocks it down. Lifts it for Kucherov at the red line. Deflects this in. Seth Jones by the Panthers net. Bumps it around the near side. Forsling. Clearing attempt blocked by Braden Point. Following up, those Barkov. He'll turn it out of the zone. It's alive at center ice for Barkov. He spins this in from beyond the red line. No icing. Vasilevsky chops it for Chernak on the right wing. He'll flip it high in the air out of the zone. That was a good job by Chernak. Jones will grab it. Skate behind his own net. Zip it around the far boards. Gord a block. Left circle Point. Find the net Kucherov. Kucherov checked by Gustav Forsling, who is their best defensive defenseman. Forsling clears to center ice, and Verhaeghe will punch this in. Barkov knocks it off McDonough's stick and pursues it by the Lightning net, but Moser will feed Hedman. That was Hedman. He knocked it off Hedman's stick. Hedman out to Gage Gonsalves and center ice off his stick. Nico Mikola gets to it. He's checked by Gonsalves. Geeky across the Panthers line. Right circle. Gage Gonsalves. Gonsalves pivots at the right circle. Right circle. Geeky. Geeky is checked. Puck battle. Who's got it? Dmitry Kulikov looks to bump it up the near boards and out. Geeky blocks it. Right circle. Right circle Gonsalves. Turns it right corner Nick Paul. Paul loses Anton Lundell. Can he clear it up the near boards? Yes. And slides all the way down the ice. No icing. We played nearly 90 seconds. No score. Hedman has the puck behind the Tampa Bay net. First shift for Matthew Tkachuk since returning from injury. Hedman spins it to center ice. Jones knocks it down, slams this in. Good stick Hedman, knocks it down, bumps it for Chernak. He's under pressure from Tkachuk. Chernak turns it up the near boards, not out. Held in Forsling, a left point shot, tipped wide right by Tkachuk. Lightning got too fancy there trying to clear the zone. Now Jake Gensel up the far boards for Hagel. Back for Gensel. Safely out to center ice. Leads Cirelli. Across the blue line, Cirelli to the left corner. Tough angle shot is on net. Save Bobrovsky, and he holds on. Gensel and Jones shove.
That's
in front
right.
of the Panthers goalie.
And you see who comes in? Bennett. When he starts shoving, that's when they skate away. That's what they just did, and that's smart. That's real smart.
No score, almost 2 minutes in.
The face-off will be to the right of Bobrovsky.
So the first time through, the Lightning matched the Cirelli line against the Bennett line with Tkachuk and Mackie Samoskevich. Luke Glendening and Nico Sturm on the draw. One cleanly by Glendening. Lilleberg left point shot, misses the net. Wide left. Evan Rodriguez trying to clear it. Gets held in by Gonsalves right point. Golfs it to the near corner. Nate Schmidt is there. He's checked by Gergensons. Feeds Evan Rodriguez. Will tap it out of the zone. Nico Sturm skates onto it and backhands this in. Took a hard check from Gonsalves for his trouble. Vasilevsky pumps it around the near boards. Held in Nate Schmidt left point. Schmidt zips to the left circle. Rodriguez shoots blocked. Rebound tracked by Gergensen to the Lightning far corner. Bunted for Lilleberg by the Lightning net. Lilleberg tasked for Perbix. Back for Lilleberg. Panthers back off. They're getting a change. No score. We played 2.5 minutes. Emil Lilleberg controls the puck behind the Lightning net. Slides for Nick Perbix on the right wing. Walks it to center ice with the middle point off his skate. And grabbing it, there was Gord. Back for Lilleberg in the Lightning end. And again, Gord. Gord goes behind the Lightning net. Chips for Perbix. Lightning getting a little cute here, Phil.
Around. You're
little
right.
cute.
You're
Perbix
right.
behind the net. Lilleberg. They need to move up ice right now. And nice outlet. Lilleberg to point on the right wing at center. Across the blue line. Cuts to the slot. Left circle Kucherov. Shoots blocked by Barkov. Barkov's got the puck. Barkov behind the Lightning, or behind the Panthers net. Settles things down. Over 3 minutes played, no score. Barkov will head to the bench for a change. He'll leave the puck for Uvis Balinskis. Latvian-born defenseman Balinskis out to center ice. Right wing Nate Schmidt turns it to the Lightning blue line where Tkachuk rattles it in. Chernak the other way. Right side feet Gensel dumps this in. Bobrovsky guides her on the far boards for Matthew Tkachuk. Hagel went after the puck, fell, but following up is Gensel, loses Sam Bennett. Bennett pumps it out. Chernak trying to get to that puck first, couldn't. Sam Miskevich threw it in front, and Bennett deflected that one out of the air into the net. 1-0 Florida.
That puck was waist high. And a good play by Miskevich, and Bennett just skating in front of the net. Gets it into the open cage. No chance whatsoever for Vasilevsky because it was up high. Oh, well.
Chernak was slow, just a bit slow getting to that puck.
Yeah, absolutely
but
right.
I mean, somebody got caught up ice there. It might have been McDonough, actually. And the Lightning give up the goal off the rush. Bennett, a beautiful finish. First goal in the series comes at 3:44. The first, Sam Miskevich gets the assist.
Good play by Samoskevich.
Hedman at the red line.
Come on.
Is stripped by Marchand. Marchand to the Lightning end right circle. He's knocked to the ice by Hedman. Looks to center it for Lewos Arena, and it's knocked away by Darren Radish. Here comes Connor Geekie busting up the right side at center. Geekie will force this in. Balinskis trying to clear. Hits Anton Lundell. Lundell trying to clear it. It's knocked down by Gonsalves. A drop pass taken away by Marchand. Slips to Nate Schmidt at center. Schmidt to the red line, bangs this in. There's Radish in the Lightning near corner. A pass blocked. Lundell a steal left circle. Looks to walk in front for a shot. Save Vasilevsky. That puck found Anton Lundell right there. Here's Gage Gonsalves in the Lightning near corner. Banging it behind the net. Radish. Aggressive forecheck by the Panthers.
Pass.
Lightning have to be thinking up ice, not bumping backwards, because that's going to feed into the Panthers' forecheck. This is up ice. Hedman to Geekie at center. Right wing Gonsalves. Across the blue line.
There.
Lightning were changing as drop pass comes out of the zone. Rodriguez looks for Nate Schmidt. Good block Perbix, though. Spins for Gage Gonsalves. Walks it across the blue line. Left circle Braden Point. Point cuts high slot. Point shoots. Block it away by Bobrovsky. Here's Nico Sturm of Florida. Turning it out. Boquist at center ice. He gets checked. A counter here. Yanni Gord. He'll force this in and chase. First to it, though, is Nico Sturm. Up the near boards. Braden Point blocks it. Right corner Gord. To an open Perbix right circle. Shoots. Save made Bobrovsky. Rebound grab by Kulikov. Kulikov out to center ice, and Nico Sturm blocked on the dump in by Perbix. Then Perbix turns it over to Rodriguez. Feeds it right circle. Reinhardt back for Evan Rodriguez. Perbix blocks that. Lightning are giving up some chances off turnovers up ice. Lilleberg behind the Lightning net. The far boards. Point loses Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe in turn coughs it up Lilleberg. Puck behind the Lightning net. Puck battle. Brandon Hagel trying to dig it free. He will. Chips it up the near boards, but not out. Held in Forsling. Left circle shot. That might have hit the crossbar.
It did.
Rebound Point golfs it out. Kucherov pursues it to the offensive zone left circle. Kucherov trying to center it. Forsling blocks it. Another great defensive play by Gustav Forsling. Here's Reinhardt in the Panthers near corner. Laying it behind his own net, Forsling. Forsling guides it on the right wing. Seth Jones skates out to center. 1-0 Florida early. Left wing Barkov. Across the blind Barkov trying to center it. It got knocked away in front of the net by Hedman. Or that was McDonough, rather, and McDonough clears it to center. Uvis Balinskis back in the Panther zone for Jones. Left wing Balinskis. 1-0 the Lightning are down. We played over 6 minutes in the first. Jones. Left wing Samoskevich to the red line. Pumps this in. Nick Paul blocks in the Lightning far corner. Kicks it behind the net. Chernak lets it go to Geekie in the near boards. Geekie goes backwards to the near corner. Finds McDonough. McDonough turns on his backhand for Chernak. This forecheck for the Panthers is giving the Lightning trouble early. Lightning have to be a little quicker to move it up ice. Paul in the far corner. Up the far boards. Looking for Gonsalves. That's blocked. Paul follows up. Right wing Chernak. And Chernak slings it to Geekie at center ice. He'll maneuver this in. 1-0 Panthers in the first. Puck picked up Nate Schmidt behind the Florida net. Schmidt busts to center ice. Left wing Marchand. Oh, he fumbled the puck, but it came right to Lundell. Back from Marchand across the blue line. Left circle shot. Save made by Vasilevsky. In and out of his glove. Grabbing the puck is Girgensons. Busting back on the left side at center. He'll shovel it in and chase. Girgensons after the puck. Knocked to the ice by Niko Mikkola. Puck grabbed by Eetu Luostarinen. He'll direct it out of the zone. Marchand. Maybe a 2-on-1 for the Panthers. Marchand down the right wing. Cross the blue line. Pulls up right circle. Lightning back defensively. Marchand takes a shot blocked. Rebound gobbled up by Gord. and Gord scoops it out. It's back in the Panther zone for Kulikov. 1-0 Florida in the first. Dmitry Kulikov peels behind the Panthers net. 7.5 minutes played in the first. Winding down 1-0. Kulikov in front of the Florida net. Left wing. It's Sturm to center ice, dumping this in. Radish golfs it out. That was well done. Gustav Forsling has it back for Florida to his own zone, Jones. He'll punch it for Boquist at center ice. Jesper Boquist back in his own end. Gustav Forsling up the middle. Rodriguez directs this in. Vasilevsky guides it on the far boards for Gage Gonzalez. The pass blocked. Held in Rodriguez, right circle. He shoots over the net. Lightning having problems still getting the puck out early in this game. Forsling at the left point loses Radish. Right wing to Kucherov. Nikita Kucherov to center ice. Gains the red line. Bounces this in. It's going to come to Gage Gonzalez. Did it. Oh, my goodness. Linesman down hard. Tommy Mulligan out to check on him. We'll get a break here. 11:47 left in the first. 1-0 Panthers on Lightning Radio.
At Advent Health, we know there's a million different things you love to do. So, in a word, what's your go-to?
Run!
Hike.
Kick! Jump!
Skate.
Hit! Catch!
Ride.
Dunk!
Whatever you're into, our nationally recognized orthopedic experts are here to help you get back to feeling whole. Make your appointment today at FloridaOrthoExperts.com. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Amalie Motor Oil tips its hat to the manly man.
Manly man.
You had a beard before it was cool, like in 3rd grade.
Manly man.
You get up before the sun because it's lazy and weak.
Manly man.
And you know that nothing protects your engine better than Amalie Elixir Full Synthetic Motor Oil. Family owned and Tampa Bay grown.
AMALIE, better than it has to be. Amalie.
A proud partner of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
At USAA, we know the best way to serve our members is by building the best team. So we're looking for talented people like you to join us. From claims and finance to tech and beyond. But it's not just skill sets and impressive resumes we're looking for. It's the unique qualities that everyone at USAA shares and the passion to make a real difference for our members. Search USAAjobs.com and find out what we're made of.
USAA Equal Opportunity Employer.
This is Lightning Radio.
Sam Bennett has an early goal for Florida, 1-0 Panthers. The Panthers are dictating the terms of Game 1 early. They are getting into the forecheck, and the Lightning are eating the Florida forecheck by trying to make little passes, short passes, backwards.
That's the key right there, David. Backwards. They go back into their own zone. I know they're trying to organize so that they can make a play.
Or deeper. Like a guy's on the half wall, and instead of trying to chip it out, he's trying to get help bumping it back to the defenseman, and that's feeding into the Florida forecheck.
Got to just flip it. And Florida's doing a great job forechecking. We've got to get the puck in deeper and start forechecking ourselves.
And the Panthers have had some looks off the rush, including the goal.
Yeah.
Where Bennett made a nice play, deflecting a puck out of the air, but he was open in front because the Lightning got caught up ice. Get a neutral zone face-off. Now they have Cirelli's line out against Barkov's line. Barkov wins the draw. Niko Mikkola in his own end, right wing to Kulikov. Beats Reinhardt at center, deflects it in. Panthers are just playing buttoned-up hockey right now. The early goal, I'm sure, helped.
Look at that.
Chernak rims it around the near boards. Barkov blocks it. The puck comes free to Brandon Hagel. They'll flip it down the ice. First, the puck is Cirelli. This is not an icing. Cirelli reels it in right circle. Cirelli, right point Chernak. A shot blocked by Barkov. Chernak got to it first at center ice and maneuvers it away from Barkov and slips it in. Kulikov, left side outlet, Mikkola. They'll blast it in once more. 1-0 Florida in the first. Puck from Marchand, right circle. A drop pass. Panthers are changing D. It comes out of the zone. Gustav Forsling traps it down at the red line and cranks it back in. There's Nick Paul on the line again. A feed in front. Stolen by Marchand, but he whiffs on a one-timer.
Wow.
Lightning tried to maneuver it behind that, and Paul put it right into the slot. Chernak flips it out. Pursuing is Geeky, but on at first is Jones. Jones for Marchand. It's been a good first period for the Panthers, not so for the Lightning. Marchand to the red line, launches this in. The puck is played by Luostarinen in right circle. Lose Geeky. Geeky a little pass blocked. It's going to roll behind the Lightning net. Lilleberg couldn't get it. Instead, it's Anton Lundell left circle. His pass cut up by Paul. Paul reverses it behind the net. Lilleberg. Down the far side, Nick Perbix. He'll feed out Geeky to center. Geeky is knocked to the ice by Jones, but he does deflect it in. Gustav Forsling will gather the puck behind the Florida net. Over 9.5 played in the first, 1-0 Panthers. Forsling, left wing Bennett to center ice. Gives to Samoskevich across the line, and will lose Yanni Gore, but a late whistle for an offside against Samoskevich. 10:16 left in the first, 1-0 Florida.
Kucherov is, I don't know, talking to somebody.
Tkachuk.
Is it him?
Yeah.
He's got to let him be, Brian. The more you do things with that guy, the more he gets involved and the more he lifts his teammate.
Bennett and Point from the neutral zone. Won by the Panthers. Mikkola hits Dmitry Kulikov at the red line and launch this in. Puck played by J.J. Moser in the Lightning in the corner. On the far side, Hedman is checked but feeds Hagel. Hagel looks to emerge with it. Nice little feed Moser. See if the Lightning can catch the Panthers in transition. Moser right wing Kucherov spins it in, but out of the reach of Point. It's grabbed by Samoskevich. Can he clear it? Tkachuk runs into Kucherov. Penalty coming up. Delayed call. Here's Point in the left corner. Braden Point, left point, Hedman. Shoot! Save made by Bobrovsky. Rebound Moser, center point. Left point, Braden Point. Center point, Moser. J.J. Moser, back for Braden Point. Extra attacker out for the Lightning. Point to the left circle. Center point, Hedman. Shoot! Save Bobrovsky. Rebound, Point again. Left circle. He'll lose Bennett. Tkachuk's going to get the penalty. Lightning to the Tico power play. When we come back, I believe, we have a TV timeout coming here. They haven't put the red light on just yet.
Well, maybe there's none. But Bennett went up, or Tkachuk.
Florida penalty number 19. 2-minute minor. Roughing.
Roughing? Thought it was elbowing, but doesn't matter. He got it up there pretty high.
Kucherov was already engaged with one of the Panthers, and Tkachuk came in late. Okay, now the red light is on. Lightning and the Tico power play. When we return, they're down 1-0 in the first on Lightning Radio.
This winter, take a staycation at Outback Steakhouse, starting at $14.99. Enjoy delicious Canberra chopped steak and a red wine glaze. Savor a flavorful bloomin' French onion sirloin, or sink your teeth into a sizzling 18-ounce bone-in ribeye with signature spices. It's better than a staycation at home.
Dad, I thought we were taking a steakcation, not a staycation!
Your steakcation starts at $14.99 for a limited time. Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right.
Since 1889, the Tampa YMCA has been at the heart of our community, dedicated to inspiring health and well-being across Tampa Bay. The Tampa Metropolitan Area YMCA is committed to building healthy, confident, connected, and secure communities, meeting each individual where they are and helping them reach their most fulfilled life. Join us today and be a part of something bigger, the Y, where history meets hope and every day is an opportunity to grow. For more information on how to become involved, visit us at tampaymca.org. The Y, strengthening our community, one life at a time.
To be a real winner is to make a difference in your community. Chief here for Mosaic. Mosaic has teamed up with the Tampa Bay Lightning to check hunger in our community with goals for food. For every home goal scored by a Lightning player, Mosaic will donate $1,000 to end food insecurity and $1,500 for every home hat trick. For more than a decade, Goals for Food has donated more than 12 million meals. Cheer on the Bolts as we support those in need. Learn more about Mosaic at mosaicco.com.
This is Lightning Radio.
Tkachuk in the box for roughing at 10:25 with the first. Lightning at the Tico power play for the first time in the game. Down 1-0. Draw to the right of Bobrovsky.
Yep, win the face-off here, set it up, and go to work. And that's what you got to do, and that'll make him pay for that penalty, which is really unnecessary penalty by Tkachuk. Well, it really was. So, make him pay now, right?
Sturm and Gensel to the right of Bobrovsky. Sturm is very good on faceoffs, but he's on his weak side here. He does win the draw. Forsling behind the net. Bangs it around the near boards. Down the ice it goes.
There it goes.
Now the Lightning have to work to re-enter the zone. Victor Hedman controls on the Lightning end. Panthers are a threat to score shorthanded. They were second in the NHL with 12 shorthanded goals. Point to Kucherov at center. Across the line, Hagel left point. He'll bounce to Hedman, center point, left point Hagel. Brandon Hagel, center point Hedman.
Quick.
Now Jake Gensel, top of the right circle, center point Hedman. Left circle Hagel. Power play Lightning, center point Hedman. Right circle Kucherov. A shot blocked by Luostarinen. Puck battle ensues. Kucherov wins it in front. Hagel open. Save Bobrovsky. He was wide open. Hagel then tried to drop it to the point, and Sturm a steal and a clear. Well, the Panthers converged on the puck carrier. Kucherov got it, but delivered the pass. Open chance for Hagel, and Bobrovsky to save. Hedman to Gensel at center ice. Gives to Kucherov, 1:05 in the power play. Now Braden point across the Panthers line, and Gensel right point. High slide Kucherov. Center point Hedman. Left circle Hagel off his stick. And Kulikov trying to clear it. Held in Hedman left point. He'll rim it, cross ice. Kucherov traps it down right circle. Right corner Jake Gensel. Right circle Kucherov. Kucherov holds. Right corner Gensel. Jake Gensel. High slot Kucherov. Right circle. Gensel shoots. Save. Bobrovsky got over in time. They set it up nicely. But Bobrovsky made the save. No rebound. 41 seconds left in the Tkachuk minor. 1-0 Florida.
Now that was a good save by Bobrovsky right there on Gensel. He came across there pretty well. But what was good about it, there was no rebound. And Hagel was around there for a rebound.
I think two best chances the Lightning have had in the game have come on this power play.
Yep.
Hagel and Gensel. Now the second unit comes out. Lundell and Paul to the left of Bobrovsky.
I guess Hagel
Paul
didn't even
tossed.
get a shot on that when they was in front.
I thought it was.
So did I, but
yeah,
they didn't
Bobrovsky
give
made a blocker save. Gord takes the face off. Paul's tossed. 50-50. Controlled by the Lightning. Cirelli to the right point. Radish. Right circle Gord. Yanni Gord. Slips it behind the net. Paul. A pass cut up by Marchand. They'll wire it down the far side of the length of the ice. 28 seconds left in the Lightning power play. They're down 1-0 in the first. Darren Radish winds up. Radish to center. Bounces this in. First to it is Marchand in the far corner. He is checked. Who's got it? Cirelli does. Right circle Nick Paul. Shoots. He misses the net wide left. Puck off the glass then and out of play. 10 seconds left in the Tkachuk minor. 7:44 remaining in the first. 1-0 Florida.
See right there, Paul had an opportunity just a split second or a second before to shoot that. And instead of shooting, he hesitated just a bit, and it ended up getting blocked a little bit. He looked first to make a pass instead of thinking about shooting right away.
Point and Sturm to the left of Bobrovsky. One by Point. Nicely done. Hedman takes over center point. Right circle Kucherov. Shoots. Save made. Rebound. Gensel. Score! Gensel! Well, that time Bobrovsky gave up the rebound, and Gensel slips it in just before the power play ends. It's 1-1 with 7:39 left in the first.
That's exactly right, but won the face-off.
Yep.
Won the face-off. And a good shot from the point. Was that Kuch? Yeah, Kuch shot it from the point. He's right at the top of that face-off circle, shoots it, the rebound, and Gensel gets it, pulls it around his left pad of the goaltender Bobrovsky and puts it into the open net. Big goal. That's a big goal.
So Gensel, who led the NHL with 17 power play goals during the regular season, scores on the power play here. Point does not get a point on that goal.
21, boy.
The Lightning don't score that unless he wins the faceoff from Sturm, who's very good. Center ice stays in when Cirelli. Hedman dumps it in. Bobrovsky pumps it around the near boards, held in J.J. Moser right point. Moser shoots wide right. Rebound Hagel had it come to him with the left circle, but it skipped off his stick. Now Gensel behind the net. Gensel checked by Balinskis, feeds Cirelli right corner. Right point Moser. He'll direct it behind the Florida goal. It's going to careen to Tkachuk. The left circle loses Gensel. Left point Hedman. Right point J.J. Moser. Left point Hedman. Slides it into the left corner. Gensel off his stick. Nate Schmidt a steal up the far boards. Tkachuk. He'll deliver it up the near wall. Held in Moser. Right point. Right circle Brandon Hagel. Hagel a pass blocked. Hagel follows up right corner. Hagel centers it. Gensel. Save made Bobrovsky.
What a save.
Rebound Cirelli left corner. Left point Hedman. Center point Moser. Lightning buzzing right now. Moser a shot blocked. Rebound Hagel in the slot. Couldn't settle it down. It's going to be grabbed along the near boards by Maki Samoskevich. He'll control for Matthew Tkachuk. Great shift after the goal for the Lightning. They don't score. Bobrovsky, a big save on Gensel to keep it 1-1. Uvis Balinskis will bang it out. Here's a McDonough in the Lightning end. Right side feed Kucherov. Across the line, Gord. Right circle Kucherov. Right point. Chernak shoots. Missed the net wide right. Rebound Braden Point behind the net. Point emerges with it right corner. Point in the right circle. Gets tied up by Barkov, and Barkov escapes to center. Here comes Barkov into the Lightning zone. Feeds the right circle, Reinhardt. Reinhardt behind the net is checked. Nicely done right there by Chernak. McDonough feeds Kucherov. He dumps it into the Lightning bench. So face-off upcoming in the Lightning end. 6:05 left in the first. Score tied at 1.
Kuch tried to bunt it off, but he was very close to the bench and put it in the bench. Unfortunately, boy, right in front, Getzel takes the shot, but he didn't get a lot on it. It was on the toe of his stick, and he just couldn't get it up as high as he wanted to. And Bobrovsky came across and made a good save. Face off to the left of Vasilevsky.
Paul and Reinhart on the draw. Reinhart's tossed. Barkov will take it.
Got Reinhart in the slot.
Yeah, if Barkov can win this on his backhand, it's going to go to a dangerous area.
Nice
Paul
draw.
wins it. McDonough behind the Lightning net, dodges a check from Verhaeghe, and taps it out. After this, Gage Gonsalves on the right wing. He'll shovel this in and chase. Jostling with Gustav Forsling, who's got the puck. Gergensen's there too in that near corner in the Panthers zone. Puck comes free. Nick Paul, right circle shot, blocked. Rebound Paul again, right corner. Paul delivers it cross ice, stepping out McDonough left circle. McDonough bangs in left corner. Paul, he'll reverse it.
Quick.
Back toward Chernak at the right circle. Reaches Chernak's stick. Again, he rims it cross ice. McDonough, left point. Left point, Gage Gonsalves. He whiffs on a shot, but the puck comes to Paul left corner. Ozone shift here for the Lightning in this 1-1 game. Nick Paul in the left corner. Gergensen's checked by Forsling. They battle. It's finally going to come free to Sam Reinhart. And Reinhart on his backhand lifts it down the ice. No icing here. 5:15 left in the first. 1-1 the score. McDonough behind the Lightning net winds up. Lightning move left to right in the first. McDonough continues to hold on to it. Right wing Perbix. Cranks for Yanni Gourde. Gourde to center ice, had a man on his tail, Lundell, but he stays strong in the puck and dumps it in. Kulikov off the near glass, put it out of play. TV timeout, 4:52 left in the first. 1-1 the score on Lightning Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's hockey night in Tampa. Introducing Ford F-Series, the official truck of your Tampa Bay Lightning. Lighting the lamp with the power of a mobile generator, the Ford F-150 with available Pro Power on board. Converting on every power play, the all-electric Ford F-150 Lightning. And the Enforcer Ford Super Duty. Ford F-Series, the official truck of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Hey, Dave Mishkin here from Lightning Radio. Join Greg Linelli and me every weekday at 12 Eastern for Lightning Power Lunch. It's an hour of Lightning hockey talk to keep you up to date on the very latest with the team. You can listen live in the Lightning mobile app or watch the live stream on Facebook, Instagram, and X by following Bolts Radio. If you missed the live show, download the podcast afterward in your favorite podcast app. Lightning Power Lunch airs weekdays at noon Eastern on the Lightning Audio Network.
Lightning fans, it's time to save big on Bubble Days at Bubble Down Car Wash. Wear your Tampa Bay Lightning gear Monday through Friday and get your car washed for just $5 all season long. Support your favorite team and keep your ride shining with this amazing deal. Clean cars, big savings, and unbelievable service. That's what makes us the bestest car wash in town. Get the cleanest car in town every time you bubble down. Bubble Down Car Wash, a proud partner of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
This is Lightning Radio.
Goals from Bennett and Gensel. It's 1-1, 4:52 left in the first. It's kind of been a tale of two periods. Momentum has swung.
Well, that power play really helped the Lightning to sort of get their game going. And they did, and they got a power play goal out of it. There was only about five or 6 seconds left on that power play, but they got it done. Sorry, I'm looking at some of these crazy things that are on the big screen. I mean, some of them are so weird.
It'll be a face-off to the left of Bobrovsky. 4:52 left in the first period. Lightning now shooting the Panthers 9-3, so they may have added some shots a little bit after the fact. Lundell and Glendening, 50-50, won by the Panthers. It's put off the near glass by Luostarina to center ice. Perbix swats it up the middle. Luostarina in a block. Counter across the line. Good play. Nick Paul knocks it away. It's going to be an icing. But he made sure that that pass was not going to be received by a Florida player. 4:39 left in the first. D-zone face-off upcoming for Tampa Bay. Score knotted at 1.
Yeah, let's see. The Panthers choose.
Lightning do have Glendening out there. They may put him on his weak side. Let's see.
No, they choose the right side, which is Glendening out there.
Because Bennett's going to take the draw.
It is.
Bennett is given a warning. Puck not dropped. Now it is. It is won by the Lightning. Perbix looks to skate out of trouble. He'll weave up the right wing. Spin to Nick Paul at center ice. He'll march across the blue line right circle. Sweeps a centering feed that skips through. Rebound to the left point. Hedman shoots. Blocked in front. Up ice, here's Matthew Tkachuk. To center ice and Sam Miskevich. Back for Tkachuk. That looked offside. They said it was okay across the blue line. A pass in front. Intercepted Girgensons for Hedman. Victor Hedman controls and winds it for Moser. 4:12 left in the first. 1-1 the score. J.J. Moser retreats for the Lightning behind his own net. Moser looking things over. Headman feed to Gord at center. Deflects this in on Bobrovsky. He's going to cover it up. They're not letting the Panthers change. I thought Yanni was on the Florida side of the red line, but
the funny thing is, they made sure that they got this line against it. First off, Tkachuk was out there, and as soon as they saw Point coming on, they put on Barkov.
Gord and Reinhart on the draw, one cleanly by Sam Reinhart. Seth Jones will clear it. McDonough knocks it down, a quick reversal. Kucherov onside across the line, a pass just off a skate. Tough break. It's chopped down the ice by Carter Verhaeghe to the Lightning end. Chernak first to it. Lays it to the far side for McDonough. Verhaeghe really hammered Chernak. He's slow to get up. Kucherov in the meantime for Point.
Get
across
up,
the blue line of the right circle. Chernak's going to the bench. Here's Yanni Gord off the feed to the left corner. Gord checked by Seth Jones. Following up, though, is McDonough at the left point. Ryan McDonough, angle center point. A shot blocked. And Barkov comes up with it. Barkov makes his way to the red line and hammers this in. 1-1 our score, late first. Brad Marchand after the puck right circle. Marchand slips it, high slide Mikkola. Goes back for Marchand, missed a stick. Barkov follows up right circle. Barkov a shot, tipped in front, save made. Rebound, shot Lewos-Turin, save made Vasilevsky. Kulikov knocks down a McDonough clearing attempt. Kulikov, right circle, it's Marchand. Marchand shoots wide right, rebound Nico Mikkola left corner. Pressure by the Panthers. Mikkola winds it for Marchand right circle. Marchand angles to the right point. Marchand steps right circle. Cuts to the slot, stays with it, fumbles it, and Braden Point will grab it and clear it. No icing here. It's back in the Panthers zone. And Chernak's going down the tunnel. He took a really hard hit from Verhaeghe. Here is Kulikov trying to clear the zone for Florida. He is successful. Lilleberg knocks it down and punches this back in. 2.5 to play in the first. 1-1 the score. Kulikov, left wing Evan Rodriguez, to center ice Jesper Boqvist. Skates to the red line, sticks it in. Hard around played by Geekie in the far corner. He's checked by Nico Sturm. Sturm got in there quickly. Who's going to get this puck? It's loose in the Lightning far corner. Puck battle. Evan Rodriguez jostling with Lilleberg. Comes free to Boqvist. Boqvist turns on his forehand. He'll lay it for Nate Schmidt, right circle. Schmidt breaks through a Gonçalves check. Schmidt, right circle, shoots, save Vasilevsky. Knocks it away to the far corner. Boqvist is there. He'll lose Nick Paul. Taps for Lilleberg by the Lightning net. Lilleberg, right wing Gage Gonçalves, turns it out. Perbix to center. Perbix from the red line, fumbles it. Didn't get it deep, but it does roll to Sturm, who goes back to the Panthers zone. Nico Sturm gives to Belinskas. 1-1 our score late first. Left wing Sam Miskevich at the red line off his stick and out of play. We'll get a neutral zone faceoff. 1:42 left in the first of a 1-1 game.
Well, the Lightning there were stuck in their zone a little bit. Chernak got hit. He got hit hard.
Yeah.
But I don't...
I mean, he finished his check. The puck had already left his stick, but I guess they said it was a follow-through. Neutral zone faceoff went for Bennett. Jones dumps this in. There's Radish in the Lightning near corner. Rimming it around the near boards. It gets blocked by Sam Miskevich. Pass by the Lightning net. Cut up by Radish up the middle. Cirelli to the far corner. Hedman. He'll lift to Jake Gensel at center ice. Up the middle. Here's Hagel. Touching it across the line. Radish center point for Gensel center point. Left circle Cirelli. Ran into a poke check. Cirelli keeps it alive. Right point Radish.
Shoot.
Cross ice feed. Left circle. It's Hagel for Cirelli in the slot. Shoots. Save made Bobrovsky. Rebound Hedman left point. By the net Gensel. Jake Gensel into the right corner. Gensel is checked. Flattened by Forsling. Bennett looks to chip it out. And he does to center ice. Final minute of the period. Hedman feeds Hagel up the middle. He'll maneuver this in. Apparently from beyond the red line, or they called offside. Now the Lightning are reacting on a couple of the Panther players in front of the Florida bench.
Tkachuk again. It is. I mean, he's going to do that.
55.1 seconds left in the first of a 1-1 game.
You know he's going to do it. He does it all the time. And that's when you just got to stay away from the dude.
Final minute presented by Crown Automotive, the better way to buy for over 50 years. I think they called icing on the Lightning.
They did, which I don't understand. I thought he touched it, but they're going to, every time they do things like that, okay, with Tkachuk, it just fuels the Panthers more. So just let him do it. And he'll take a stupid penalty like he did before. And we'll take advantage of it, hopefully.
Forsling's stick got stuck in Gensel's skate. That's why Gensel was still in the offensive zone when the puck was put in, but they called icing. I thought Hagel touched that. So I'm a little confused.
So too. I am too.
Why they called this. The Lightning cannot get a change. Barkov out for the draw against Cirelli to the right of Vasilevsky.
Big face-off here.
Yeah. Puck not dropped.
To move in very quick. Move, that's it. Move.
It's a 50-50, and the Panthers win it. Mikkel at the left point. Cranks it by the Lightning net. It's going to pinball to Reinhart right corner. To the right point, Kulikov. Shoot, score! Unbelievable. They had that icing call that, in our mind, shouldn't have been an icing. The Lightning lose the 50-50 faceoff. Just what we were talking about. A shot from the point is tipped in. Reinhart's going to get the goal. It's 2-1.
Unbelievable. That's all I can say is unbelievable. Hedman's stick went right over the puck on that 50-50. He jumped in there quickly and then just fanned on it. And they got the puck and get it back to the point. A good point shot, nice and low. And skating, Reinhardt skating by, puts his stick on an angle and right over the left shoulder of Vasilevsky. Unbelievable in the last minute.
I'm still curious why they called an icing on that.
Same here,
I mean,
David.
look, there's no sense belly aching about it. The Lightning lost the 50-50 faceoff. They could have been out of trouble. All right, play continues. Kulikov at the red line dumps it in. Here's Vasilevsky playing the puck to the near corner. Moser. Up the near boards, Kucherov. Jams it out. Braden Point at center ice. Point collects. Cross ice for McDonough. McDonough will bang this in. Off the carom, it comes to Kucherov in the right corner. Left circle, McDonough. A shot goes wide left. 13 seconds left in the period. It's held in Moser. Right circle. Right circle, Gord. Right corner, Kucherov. Time ticks down in the period. Who's going to come up with the puck? It's a puck battle. Panthers are effectively killing time here. Point right circle, Kucherov runs out of time as he centers it. And now another scrum. Mikkola involved with Yanni Gord. Well, the Panthers make a couple of plays, so they take a 2-1 lead into the locker room at the end of 20 minutes. I don't think we're going to have penalties called here. 20 minutes in the books. Greg has the first intermission report coming up on Lightning Radio.
The Bone Bonus is back. The Bone is giving you $1,000 5 times a day, every weekday. Listen to The Bone for your chance to win $1,000 at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2, and 5 p.m. every weekday. Want to make an omelet, but eggs are still way too expensive? The Bone has your back. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw radio.
Derby Lane's awesome. We've been there a bunch of times. It's a great place to go for a night out with your boys, with a date night. And the best part is, instead of running up a bar tab that you have nothing to show the next day, you could actually win money at the legendary Derby Lane.
Whether it's a night out with the boys, maybe a little cocktail night with the ladies, or you got family in town, Win Derby at Derby Lane is the place for you. They're giving away on average $10,000 to $100,000 every day. Ultimate Texas Hold'em, their most popular game, but they've got something for everybody.
They sure do, and $5 minimum tables as well. Good luck finding those. That makes it very accessible for you and your novice gaming friends to sit down at a table, win a lot of money, and boy, those progressive jackpots, we're talking tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars.
There's plenty of parking, so don't you worry about that. You can still bet on the ponies remotely, and they've always got great tournaments going on. For more information on those, check out win-derby.com. That's win-derby.com. Hey, chill seekers, I've got something mind-blowing for you, and it's the Cava Social Club. If you haven't tried it yet, you're missing out on the Cava and Kratom drinks. They are delicious. It's time to forget the stereotypes. These smooth, flavorful blends are perfect for unwinding after a long day. Trust me, your taste buds and your stress levels will thank you. If you're ready to elevate your chill, head to the Kava Social Club in downtown Bradenton, where good vibes and great people meet. Check them out on all your social medias at Kava Social Club.
Looking for expert construction services in Tampa Bay? Waterman Construction Group is your go-to for commercial and residential projects. From demolition to new HVAC, patios, pavers, and driveways, they've got you covered. Whether it's a new build, remodel, or storm repair, Waterman Construction handles your project from start to finish with personalized service, honest pricing, and guaranteed same-day response. Visit watermanconstructiongroup.com or call 813-715-7383. Waterman Construction, your vision is their mission. Tell them Mike Caldesea.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
This is the Lightning Audio Network Intermission Report.
The Lightning win it!
Here's Greg Linnelli.
Lightning trail 2-1 at the end of 20 minutes to the Florida Panthers. Jake Gensel, the lone goal for Tampa Bay, had a power play goal. 12:21 of that first period from Cooch and Hedman. The Cats get a late goal at 19:15. A nice redirect by Reinhart off a face-off win. Kulikov shot. And that is the difference so far in this game. Bennett got things going with a really good hand-eye coordination play, swatting the puck in midair past Vasi at 3:44. Tampa Bay outshooting Florida 10-6. Florida, though, winning 59% of the faceoffs. Bobby the Chief Taylor, Eric Rollinson with us right now. Chief, what did you make of the first period from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, two unbelievable tips. You know, that one, the second one by Reinhardt, what a tip that was. I mean, you can see why he scores his 35, 40 goals a year. I mean, that was incredible. But, you know, it was very physical. I knew it was going to be something like that on the way out, you know, because everybody wants to set the tone.
Yep.
Lightning have to start getting better in that face-off circle. It's just, it kills them. You know, you're 1 minute to go in the game, less than a minute to go in the game. You can't lose a face-off. You have to tie it up, or you know, or you got to get guys in there a lot faster for a 50-50. You know, and you can't just, you know, when the first minute and last minute of every period is very important, as we found out now, because we're down 2-1. But it was a very high-paced game. It was a very physical game. Pretty much what I thought would happen in the first period.
Good point. Lightning get a special teams goal for sure, and we talked about that in the pregame. What did you make of the first 20 minutes?
Well, it was a tale of three parts of that period, right? The first 5 minutes, 7 minutes or so, the Panthers were getting up the ice way too easy, way too cleanly, coming out of their own zone. The Lightning couldn't forecheck. Tampa Bay gets the power play. They score the goal. They take the game over. And how do they do it? Puck retrieval, spending time in the offensive zone, cycling, forechecking. That's what their strength is. And then you saw Florida kind of push back again. They end up getting the go-ahead goal. So the Lightning have to play the game more like they did in the middle part of that period, where their puck retrieval is their strength. That's how they're going to have to get to the net and get to goals, get goals in this series, is to be able to do that on a more consistent basis.
You mentioned, I thought Vasi was solid. Bobrovsky, I thought, made a number of good saves as well.
Yeah, he made one really good save early in the period. But, yeah, those deflections are...
What are you going to do, right?
They're really hard. I mean, to really judge it, because you have to wait to the last minute to see what's going to happen to it. You know, and sometimes that's too late, the way how fast the puck moves. But I think they have to just shoot from everywhere on here.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. Yeah, they got 10 shots, but, you know, a lot of them are from angles. Start shooting from the middle of the ice, you know, and go in the net. And, you know, they got two fortunate deflections, and that's where the game is right now. So maybe they'll get some fortunate deflections, you know. I mean, it wasn't the fact that they outplayed us for 2-1. You know, they just got two really good deflections, goals.
They made a play, no doubt.
Yep.
Before we let you guys go, big hit Chernak took, and he had to leave, didn't he?
Yeah, kind of an awkward play. Verhaeghe kind of knocked into the ice and fell a little awkward into the boards there. So we'll see. I mean, those are the things that you don't want to happen, especially with some of the minutes that Erik Cernak tends to play in these games and the role that he does play. This is the advantage, though, sometimes when you have the 7D, you can, just slide somebody up there and then you're playing with the regular rotation. But I have to hope that Erik Cernak comes back. He's important to this decor.
All right, boys. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick.
All right. Bobby the Chief Taylor and Eric Erlinson joining us right there. When the Lightning score 4 or more goals or force a shutout, you're in a free double stack at any participating Tampa area Wendy's with any purchase upon request. Offer valid for 24 hours after tonight's game. Still to come, we will hear from a Lightning player and Ben Pierce as well. And get the latest news and notes on the Lightning every morning with the Daily Strike podcast. In 5 minutes or less, you're going to hear from Dave Mishkin. His highlights, thoughts from players and the coaching staff, minor league updates in this state in Lightning history. New episodes drop every morning in your favorite podcast app and on the Lightning Audio Network's YouTube channel. Lightning Trail 2-1 at the end of 20. Back after this on Lightning Radio.
You can listen to Dave Mishkin and Phil Esposito's radio call live in your seats at Amalie Arena. In the Lightning mobile app, select Listen Live from your seat and follow the directions. You'll never miss Mishkin screaming score or Espo yelling shoot the puck while you cheer on the Bolts from your seat.
Amalie Motor Oil tips its hat to the manly man.
Manly man.
You one time wrestled a bear for $50.
Manly man.
You always order the lumberjack breakfast.
Manly man.
And you know that nothing protects your engine better than Amalie Elixir Full Synthetic Motor Oil. Family owned and Tampa Bay grown.
AMALIE, better than it has to be. Amalie.
A proud partner of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Jack Daniels has always made whiskey. If they have it their way, they always will. There's one thing Jack can't make more of: moments. Those are on us to create. Make sure we're making the most of every moment. Make it count. Jack Daniels. Please drink responsibly. Tennessee whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniels Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniels and Old No. 7 are registered trademarks. Copyright 2024, Jack Daniels. All rights reserved.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
This is Lightning Radio.
Glad you're with us. Greg Linnelli with you. Tampa Bay trailing Florida 2-1 at the end of 20 minutes. Still to come. We'll talk to Ben Pierce in just a moment. But Eric Erlinson is down in the locker room, ready to talk to a Lightning player. Let's go down to E on Lightning Radio.
Thanks, Greg. We are here with Gage Gonsalves. And Gage, you've been told about playoff hockey. This is your first experience of it at the NHL level. How did it live up to the hype?
Yeah, it's kind of everything the guys and the coaching staffs kind of talked about these last couple of days. So, yeah, lots of speed, lots of intensity, lots of physicality. So, yeah, it's a fun time to play.
All those emotions, how do you channel them the right way?
I think just trying to control your headspace, not get too high or too low on times. Mistakes are going to be made and good plays are going to happen. So you just got to try and stay kind of even-keeled.
It's always a roller coaster in the playoffs, too, ebbs and flows of games. Had it in the middle part of the game, they get it back with the last second goal there. How do you kind of build momentum back up?
Yeah, I think just kind of sticking to our game, getting through the neutral zone fast, and hopefully we can put a couple bucks more behind their D-man here and get back to our forecheck and offensive type of game.
Gage, thanks. Have fun.
Thanks.
All right, Greg, that's Gage Gonsalves in the locker room. Back to you.
All right, guys, thank you. Appreciate that. That interview was presented by Advent Health, the official health and wellness partner of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Ben Pierce, our Lightning reporter, with us right now. Ben, what'd you make of the first 20 minutes?
Well, it's interesting to hear the Lightning say they want to establish their own forecheck, because I kind of thought the Florida forecheck might have been the difference in that period. I mean, that's a team that loves to get in and get physical.
Yep.
And when I talked to Nick Perbix this morning, he mentioned, we know they're a physical team, and especially on the forecheck sometimes, that's where you can have the difficulty, right? Because if you can't have a clean breakout, that's when the sprees start happening, the loose pucks, and all of a sudden they're coming back at you with speed. So I think that's just the biggest thing, is making sure that, one, the forwards are coming back to help with the breakout, but also the defense. Perbix said this morning, he said the biggest thing is communication, right? If I'm going back to get the puck, My partner is in front of the net. He's got to tell me where the guy's coming from, what the pressure's looking like, if it's a leave, a rim, a quick skate out, what I got to do. So I think the biggest thing for the Lightning is just make sure you're handling that forecheck appropriately. But overall, it was a great period. They had their chances in the offensive zone. I think that power play really shifted things for Tampa Bay. Obviously, unfortunate to get that one late in the period, but overall, I thought it was pretty good.
Got to win some faceoffs.
Got to win faceoffs, and it's something that they've talked about. They know it's something that they want to be better at. Especially against a physical team like Florida, sometimes that's where you see that big difference, though, right? These guys bear down on the sticks, they turn, and they don't have to win it clean, get that draw, come in and win a puck battle. And this is a very physical Florida team, one of the most physical teams in the NHL during the regular season. We saw plenty of hits. I haven't seen a number yet for that first period, but especially in the face-off circle, you just have to find a way to bear down.
You could see the physicality brewing throughout that first period. Hasn't boiled over yet, but you can see it.
It's a battle. This is the series everybody wanted to see. And when everything was kind of coming down to the wire and it was looking like Florida-Tampa Bay, everybody really had this circled. And we saw a lot of the emotion. I think, obviously, everybody sees Tkachuk and Hagel there going at it at the end, and they're flashing back to Four Nations. But don't get that fooled. This has nothing to do with Four Nations. These are two teams that want to win the Stanley Cup. I think they're good enough to win the Stanley Cup. They've won the Stanley Cup recently. And, by the way, they just happen to be in-state rivals. There's a lot going on tonight. They know how important Game 1 is, and I think we're going to see a pretty emotional series. A lot of the guys talked about kind of channeling and managing those emotions, but definitely a hot start there for the guys.
What do you want to see here in the second?
I think just calm it down a little bit, right? We saw the passion, we saw the hitting, the physicality. Just make sure you're playing your game amidst that, right? If this Lightning team is at its best when they have the puck, when they're making those pretty passing plays we saw a couple times, but just make sure that the physicality, it's not fun to get hit, but if you're getting hit, you have the puck. And I think that's the biggest thing, is make sure you continue to get those chances. They had a good offensive period after that power play. Just keep leaning into that.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Ben Pierce joining us right there. Still walk behind, zero turn, and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Still dealer. Still, let's go mow. All right, Dave Mishkin and the Hall of Famer Phil Esposito. They'll have the second period call when we return. Panthers lead the Lightning 2-1 at the end of 20 minutes on Lightning Radio.
Lightning fans, just like your favorite team on the ice, Jani-King delivers a winning performance every time. From offices to arenas, we clean businesses across the Tampa area with precision. Need a power play in your cleaning routine? Jani-King has you covered. Whether it's your office, restaurant, or retail space, we'll keep it spotless, just like Amalie Arena. Visit janiking.com to customize your cleaning plan today. That's janiking.com. And let's go Lightning.
At Tampa Electric, we're proud to be your energy partner, and we're always looking for ways to better serve you. That's why we're modernizing our grid and equipment to deliver safe, reliable, and more affordable energy for the future. We also offer dozens of energy efficiency programs to help you save money and protect our environment. And we're upgrading our online customer account experience to make it easier to access and manage your information, because we're lighting the way to a smarter energy future. Learn more at tampaelectric.com/value.
Rebound shot. Score! On the far boards, Nick Paul!
The second period of today's Lightning Stanley Cup playoff game is presented by Advent Health, the official health and wellness partner of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Here's Dave Mishkin.
Lightning down by a goal, 2-1 Florida after one of the second period. Vasilevsky in the net to our right, Bobrovsky in the goal to our left. When the Lightning win, you get 50% off your favorite pizzas from Papa John's the next day. Just use promo code BOLTSW when you order online or on the app. Papa John's is the official pizza partner of the Tampa Bay Lightning. So the Lightning got a power play goal, and I know that they had more shots and more attempts than the Panthers. I thought the Panthers had a better period than the Lightning. I mean, the Panthers were more dialed in terms of playing the way you need to play to have success in the playoffs. The Lightning had too many mistakes. The kinds of mistakes that are going to hurt you in a playoff series and the kinds of mistakes that are going to hurt you when you play the champs.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to get people saying, well, it's because, a lot of these guys are kids like Geeky and Gonsalves and everything, and this is their first kick at the can as far as the NHL is concerned and in the playoffs. And maybe they'll get better as the game progresses, and that's fine. But for me, it's not really them.
Yeah.
It's some of the other guys that have been around for a long time that are making some crazy, crazy plays in their own zone again. But we've been talking about this forever, about the same thing. And quite frankly, you know, you look at the seat and you got Hagel and Getzel and Cirelli, three guys that are really good players are -2. So both goals were scored against their line.
Yeah.
And they couldn't be faulted. They couldn't be. That last one, I don't think they could be faulted.
Well, they called icing. I checked the play-by-play. I'm not sure how they called icing in that, because it was clear as day that Hagel deflected the puck. They want to call it intentional offside. Okay, fine, call the intentional offside, but then the Lightning could get a change if they wanted to. And they couldn't. They couldn't get a change.
We were talking
Chernak's
about
out on the
that.
ice, by the way, to start the second, which is good news.
We talked about that out there, you know, in between periods here.
But look, that was a call that may have gone against the Lightning, and you still got to find a way to win the face-off and alleviate pressure, and they give up a goal in the final minute, which is
terrible.
That's a cardinal sin. That's a no-no.
Sure is. The first minute and the last minute. Really, really. Cardinal sin is right.
All right,
Anyway.
Point and Barkov at center ice. So I guess John Cooper is going to use both the Point line and the Cirelli line against Barkov's line, depending on the situation. Point wins the faceoff. Chernak will track it behind the Lightning net. He'll feed McDonough up the near boards. Gord to Point. Nice outlet Kucherov to the red line on the right wing. Taps this in. Barkov retrieves. Bangs it up the far boards. Chernak knocks it down. Trying to hold this in at the right circle. Verhaeghe will intercept and roll it out. No icing. Ryan McDonough collects in front of the Lightning net. Looking things over. Slides for Chernak. Feeds Kucherov to center ice. He does deflect that. That was a tough play, but he got a piece of it, so no icing. Forsling up the far boards at Tulowo-Storinen. Clears. Lilleberg knocks it down, but gave it right back to Lundell. He'll launch this in by the Lightning net. Perbix is after it. Feeds Kucherov on the right wing. Sloppy pass taken away. Marchand center point. Brad Marchand. A pass intercepted by Perbix. He'll clear. Pucks have to get out
you can't
against
have
this
that.
team. Tulowo-Storinen slides it back in. Here's Brad Marchand, right circle. Marchand wheels and shoots, just missed wide left. Puck held in by Nico Mikkola, left point. He'll rattle it cross ice. On it is Yanni Gord. Can he bang it out? Yes. To center ice and Gonsalves. Gonsalves stays with it. Takes a hard check. Does dump it in. Maki Samoskevich. A quick counter for Matthew Tkachuk. To the red line he steps. Dumps it in. Vasilevsky. Let it go to Perbix in the far corner around the near boards. Nobody home for the Lightning.
There.
Held in Nate Schmidt, right circle. Right circle, Samoskevich coughs it up Lilleberg. Lilleberg and the Lightning near corners. Checked by Samoskevich. Here's Tkachuk getting a feed from Bennett in front. Backhand shot stopped by Vasilevsky, and Brandon Hagel busts out to center. Hagel on the right wing. Dumps it in and chases. Balinskis checks Hagel. Who's got the puck? Samoskevich battling. Hagel keeps it alive. Right corner, Cirelli. Cirelli bumps it to Hedman, left point. Center point, Hagel. Shoot! Save made by Bobrovsky. That was tipped.
Good save. That was a good save.
Here's Gensel in the left corner. Cranky in for J.J. Moser, right circle. Right point, Hagel. Hagel, a shot blocked. Rebound is going to be collected by Nate Schmidt. Off the near boards, he'll clear. Hedman's going to track it to the Lightning end. This is going to go for an icing. Clock stop with 17:50 left in the second. 2-1 Panthers. That was a strong shift for the Cirelli line.
So whoever shot that puck from the point, I can't remember. Hagel. It was deflected, and it was deflected really well. And Bobrovsky had to make a good save. But here we go again. The ESPN not doing the replays.
Glendening and Bennett on the draw, won by Sam Bennett. Balinskis will flip it out. Radish gloves it down, then sticks it for Hedman. Right wing Luke Glendening maneuvers this in. Uvis Balinskis will punch it into the Lightning bench. He was just inside his own blue line, so this faceoff again comes deep in the Panther zone to the left of Bobrovsky. 2-1 Florida, early second.
Yeah, Glendening will take this faceoff.
Yeah, Bennett won the last one from him. This is going to be Sturm on the draw.
Well, he's supposed to be really good on
Yes,
him,
he is.
too.
This is more of a 50-50, and the Panthers win it. Kulikov trying to clear. Radish gloves it down. Sturm touches it next, so play continues. He clears. Connor Geekie, left wing Lilleberg, swats it in. Puck to Glendening, right circle. With Glendening, right corner behind the net. It's Gergensons. Gergensons is checked. Well done by Nico Sturm. Evan Rodriguez launches it out. Radish collects on the Lightning end. A feed on the right wing, deflects to Geekie. Connor Geekie at center ice, turns it for Lilleberg. Across the Panthers line, Emil Lilleberg pulls up right circle.
Don't give it away.
The puck.
Boy, oh boy.
And it's punched out by Nico Mikkola to the neutral zone. Radish has it back. He'll lift for Gergensons on the left wing. Directs this in. Sam Reinhart for Mikkola in front of the Panthers net. Turns it up the far side for Barkov. Barkov took a check from Gergensen. Still bulldozes his way to the neutral zone. He'll leave it for Kulikov, who rattles it in. 2-1, the Lightning trail in the second. Ryan McDonough, left side feed, Hagel, touches this in. Forsling behind the Panthers net is checked by Cirelli. It's grabbed by Gensel. Left circle, Kwasi's pass cut up by Verhaeghe. Can he clear it? Hagel looks to hold it in, but instead it's cleared by Forsling down the ice, another icing. So Lightning applying a little up ice pressure.
Yep.
Early second. See if they can take advantage of the icing against the Panthers. They're down to the game 2-1.